After months of slowly working on our front porch and flower beds, it finally feels like the cozy spring space that I had always imagined. Welcome back, everyone, and as you remember, we had been working on a garage makeover renovation, and this is kind of where I had left you. We were ready for our brand new sidewalks. We are so excited to have those done now. So just giving you kind of an overview of what has happened so far. They got the framing all done for the steps, where the steps will go up, and as well as the sidewalk. And off to the side, our flower bed. It'll be a little bit smaller now. And they also framed up where the porch top will be. So we're pouring on top of the existing porch just to make it a zero entrance into the house. We also built a eyebrow, just this small roof over the garage door, just to kind of break up this big wall and to kind of finish it off. That way we can also put some lights down here under the overhang there. We also tore out all of the ceiling, the fascia, all of that stuff on the porch. So it is looking kind of tore up right now and kind of a mess, but we will get to the finished product soon, hopefully. So here is the beam put in again, and the beautiful concrete work. You can see a little peek there. We got the ceiling put in the porch. Now all this needs is a nice staining. The little roof over the garage is starting to finally take shape and looking a little more finished, ready for the lighting. And now moving on to the flower beds, where we can really let our creative juices flow. We tore out this shrub that was on the corner of the house. I just never really liked it, and it was never really pretty. So we're going to plant a smaller tree there, more like an evergreen. And then it was time to go shopping for flowers. This was so much fun trying to pick out flowers, and also a little overwhelming at the same time, trying to decide what we want. And I also love if there is flowers blooming kind of throughout all of the seasons. So that's kind of a challenge to get flowers that are blooming, but that also do well in this particular flower bed. So we went with kind of a row in the front here of these hyacinth. These will bloom in the springtime. And then on either side of this weeping tree, we went with these blooming shrubs. And these are absolutely stunning. I love these. And these will grow a little bit bigger, but they won't get like giant, so they'll be perfect for on each side of the tree. And then we went shopping for some of the smaller floral pieces just to kind of finish out some empty spots. Also, we got flowers for the hanging baskets on the porch. So behind the hyacinth, we're going to plant another row of flowers, and we're trying to not make the flower bed too full, just so that keeps it from looking too cluttered. But we're going to plant kind of off-centered with the first row of flowers, these here. And I know they look kind of small this year, but these are perennials, so they should get bigger for each year that they are here. In the meantime, I got a package for these little stakes. These are to hold up your flowering bushes. These here get so heavy once they start blooming, so hopefully this will keep them from breaking down once they are blooming. And then on to creating our hanging pots. I love these hanging pots, and unfortunately I don't have a link for you. I don't know where to find them anymore. I had gotten them at Home Depot, but I don't think they have them, these exact ones, anymore, sadly. But I've had these for quite a number of years, and they always look beautiful every single year. So first, as you've seen me kind of plan out how I want the plants arranged here in the pots, and then go ahead and planting each one the same. Just a nice array of different flowers. I have a little fern in the center as well. And then for our pots that will be beside the front door, I got these ferns, and I think these are lovely. They're more of a fluffy or frilly leaf fern, and they're so pretty. And I think these will do a little bit better for me. They're a little more heat tolerant, and if I forget to water them one day, they should be fine. And yes, we are still planting. It is after dark, but we wanted to get a few more plants in the ground, and so we just went out and did it after dark. We got plants, shrubs here planted on the back wall behind the garage. A new day here. We are planting some grasses here on either side of the steps. These still look kind of dead, but they will resurrect as the summer goes on. And I think you've seen a sneak peek of this project. I am doing a little water feature here in this empty spot here in the flower bed. It just needs a little bit something, and you all know how I love my water features. So this one is going to just be level with the ground, not too extravagant, but it will fit in here very nicely. So we're getting this all set up. And this one is solar powered, so it will be perfect, and you don't have to run any cords to it or anything. It is a fountain, but what I will be using it for, I will use the included tubing that came with it to make it a actual water feature then in a little bit. I had a couple more plants that I wanted to plant here on the porch, so I got these calla lilies and a nice big container to put them in. I will be filling this up all the way around with some more smaller florals then a little bit later on. Now comes the tedious job of laying all of our landscape fabric, and then we're going to go ahead and get everything mulched. And the mulching just totally finishes off a flower bed. Especially in our area, we have this red clay dirt, and it's just not very pretty to look at. So it is nice once that is all covered up with the pretty mulch. That is looking so much better now. We got everything nice mulch, nice and black mulch. Now we're on to finishing up this water feature. I have this old pump that I wanted to use to make it look like water is flowing out of there. And yes, I had to redo the pump because someone chewed up the first one. So we're gonna redo it. We got a new pump and everything, new tubing. So we got that reset up. And Now to finish this off, once I got the pump where I wanted it, I put a flower pot upside down into the bigger pot, and that will hold the pump and so forth. And then on top of that, I placed lots of these decorative stones. I wanted bigger stones, but I couldn't really find exactly what I wanted, so I just settled for these, and I think this turned out quite lovely. So we're going to put the stones all the way around, covering up those pots that we use to make it look like this is a natural pump here. I'm just pouring out water into the stones. I love how this turned out. Now on to finishing up the porch. I had gotten some rocking chairs, so before I bring those out, I wanted to clean off the porch. And this may be a little unconventional to use my mop for the porch, but it did a really good job. I went over it a couple of times just to get the mud and dirt off. These rocking chairs are absolutely perfect for our front porch. I love them. They're nice and big, they're sturdy. I will definitely put a link to them in the description for you because we are loving them. Now that the porch is all done, we have been loving sitting out here and enjoying the spring and just looking at all the beauty around us, all the pretty flowers. The hard work that we have put into making this the way it is. I believe this is my favorite porch setup and summer flower addition that we have done so far. I am just loving every corner of it and all the work that we have put into it. Thank you so much for watching and coming along on this journey, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.